News for Thursday. I'm Tom Brokaw. I'll see you tomorrow night.
I'm Diana Pierce.
And I'm John Bachman. Coming up next on News 11, a frantic afternoon for rescuers trying to free a man trapped under heavy equipment.
An exclusive report on the overnight fire that leveled businesses in Plato.
The Vikings finally have their top draft pick at camp. Tom Ryther has all the latest.
And summer is over inside retail stores. Now it's fashion fit for fall.
Paul Majors is off tonight. News 11 is next.
You love Levitt's annual August sale with hundreds of outstanding bargains like these Clipper Ship open stock bedroom pieces from Dixie. Choose full or queen size headboard, bachelor chest, 30-inch hutch top, corner desk, or nightstand for only $147. Plus a deck full of other pieces, including this handsome bunk bed set, are also sale price at Levitt's annual August sale.
You'll love it at Levitt's.
Tropicana did it.
The taste is closer to the orange than ever before. A new, fresher taste that's closer to the orange. A taste that you'll adore. New, fresher Tropicana taste closer to the orange.
Now 100% pure Tropicana orange juice tastes fresher, even closer to the orange.
They couldn't. They did.
New, fresher Tropicana taste closer to the orange.
We're Beatrice.
Summer afternoons sizzle.
I think we really do owe them a certain amount of frolic.
WKRP, weekdays at 4:30 on TV 11. Now, from the action center of the Twin Cities, News 11 with Paul Majors, Diana Pierce, Tom Ryther on sports, and meteorologist Paul Douglas.
Good evening. Paul Majors is off tonight. Topping News 11, a delicate 3-hour rescue mission.
A 50-ton piece of construction gear teetered in the balance as crews worked to free a man trapped underneath.
And emergency workers took their lives into their own hands to save the victim, as Jeanette Harrison reports.
Police and emergency rescue crews were called from 6 nearby communities to this Eden Prairie construction site, where construction engineer Gary Erickson lay sandwiched in this heap of scrap metal which moments before had been his Chevy station wagon. The accident occurred when Erickson's car collided with a 100,000-pound earth mover. Gary Giefer, who was driving the piece of equipment, tried to help in the rescue. Visibly shaken, Giefer would only say he didn't see the car. Did you say anything to him?
I asked him if he's okay.
What did he say?
Yes.
Rescue crews had to carefully cut the victim out inch by inch. They were afraid the huge piece of machinery would move.
They were trying to raise this heavy piece of machinery, and each time that they moved it just slightly, it created a great deal of discomfort for the gentleman that was pinned inside.
Despite the danger, Eden Prairie policeman Lance Brace crawled inside the car with Erickson.
As we're trying to move the car away in bits and pieces, there were parts of him we couldn't see and couldn't reach. Generally, obviously asking him how he felt, where it hurt, that sort of thing.
Finally, after almost 3 hours, Erickson was pulled out of the wreckage and taken to Fairview Southdale Hospital. Later, after seeing what remained of the car, authorities said it was a miracle Erickson had escaped with only a fractured arm. Despite quick work and bravery on the part of many law enforcement authorities, they say the victim was the real hero here. During the entire time he was sandwiched in this wreckage, they say, he stayed calm and did his very best to help them. Jeanette Harrison, News 11, Eden Prairie.
Road construction workers near Malacca were startled by a gruesome discovery late last night. They uncovered a body from a shallow grave while working on a roadside rest stop on Highway 169. The unidentified man had apparently been dead for at least 2 months, and a murder investigation is underway tonight.
And investigators in Brooklyn Park are looking into the murder of a 23-year-old man whose body was discovered early this morning. Officials say Robert Clark died of a single stab wound to the chest. However, they have no suspects at this time.
Fire swept through the town of Plato late last night, leaving the community's business district in a shambles. Christy Arndt leads a team report with exclusive pictures of the devastation.
Flames crackled inside the Copper Still bar even after the fire was under control. The blaze broke out just after 1 this morning, burning the bar and a chiropractic office next door. Firefighters from Plato and 4 surrounding towns battled the blaze for over 4 hours. Crews were worried the fire would spread.
We got it controlled as fast as we wanted controlled, and when we got here she was totally engulfed, and the people that were living above the chiropractic building were out.
Christy Arndt, News 11, Plato.
This is Kevin McDowell. In the daylight, as the firemen cleaned up and hosed down, the damage was clear. The bar and the chiropractor's office next door, a total loss. Behind the bar, a hardware store was all that remained of the 3-building complex. From the roof, you could see what saved it.
This is the firewall between the 2 buildings, and the fire came right up to this wall, and it did not go into that hardware store.
Firemen spent the morning sifting through the rubble.
What do you got there? 3 beer chips. One free beer.
Think you'll be able to redeem that here sometime in the future?
I doubt it.
This is the second fire in this bar in 4 days. Investigators were waiting for lab tests from the first fire on Sunday when they got this call overnight. Arson in both cases has not been ruled out, but the extent of damage makes looking for clues a problem.
Where does it look like it started?
Get all them out of the way here.
That's a good question. More towards this end. Maybe not right in the end, but more towards this end than the back end.
The damage estimates tonight have been placed at $250,000. Investigators hope to have a better handle on the cause in a few days. In Plato, Kevin McDowell, News 11.
And one family set to move into an apartment above the office Sunday postponed their move, and officials say that lucky coincidence probably saved their lives.
The Minneapolis Chamber of Commerce is throwing its support behind a downtown convention center. That word came today at a late afternoon news conference, and it probably doesn't surprise anyone. But Commerce officials did have some unpredicted news. They said that they will call for a renovated convention center downtown whether or not Bloomington also builds one. Admirers of the famous Art Deco-style Hopkins Theater got their hands on some memories there today. The theater is selling everything it can from the building, including old posters and even the plants that have decorated the 40-year-old structure. That sale ends tonight at 7.
Coming up, the bear problem up north hits the streets.
And it's play ball for the Twins and their fans tonight. We'll have that and more when we come right back.
Time for a new coat? Here's a red-hot buy from Menards. Olympic latex house paint is on sale now, and this mail-in rebate will save you even more. Save on Olympic flat house paint in 25 beautiful colors. Olympic satin finish is on sale too, in companion colors for doors and trim. Take your choice, satin or flat, on sale now for just $8.99 a gallon after rebate. That's Olympic overcoat paints at a red-hot price, now through Saturday at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The Sofa Gallery is having a sale. Choose any sofa and love seat modular sectional in the store at sale prices and get this $699 oak desk absolutely free. Choose from a variety of sofas and love seats. Trendline, Alex Vale, modulars by International, many brands of sleepers, sectionals from Garrett, all sale priced. And get this desk free.
Sofa Gallery, Burnsville, Brooklyn Park.
At Red Lobster, you know you're getting only the freshest fish because the ocean rewrites our menu all the time.
There's never been a better time, never been a better place.
Red Lobster's just filled with delicious fresh fish and seafood. So it's no wonder the fish aren't the only ones biting.
There's never been a better time for seafood. Red Lobster for seafood.
The death of a red panda at the Minnesota Zoo has officials stymied tonight. They don't know what caused the panda's death 2 weeks ago because they say his appearance was normal. A physical revealed he'd lost a lot of weight, but emergency measures came too late to save the animal. And the problem with bears in Duluth has hit downtown traffic now, literally. A bear ran into the side of a Duluth taxicab last night, scaring the occupants and probably injuring itself. An injured bear can be dangerous, so police are on the lookout for an animal tonight.
Favorable testimony came today for Scott County Attorney Kathleen Morris from 2 detectives who investigated the sex abuse case. Bernie Grace has the latest on today's proceedings.
Scott County Detective Norm Pint returned to the witness stand today and responded to questions about what kind of prosecutor Kathleen Morris is.
He's a good, aggressive prosecutor. Isn't afraid to take on a case if it appears to be winnable.
Is she given from time to time to fits of anger?
Yes.
Prosecutors who are trying to show Morris physically abused some members of her staff picked up on Pint's remarks about Morris's fits of anger.
Is she known to strike out physically during these fits of anger?
Yes.
But prosecutors did not pursue questions about who Morris supposedly struck. Another of the detectives testifying today was Michael Bush. He was in on the sex abuse investigation nearly from the beginning. Bush told the Governor's Commission he interviewed children some 143 times, however, made up police reports on only about 20% of the interviews. Opponents of Morris claim in many of the interviews where there were no reports, statements were given that could have benefited the adults charged. When testimony resumes tomorrow, guardians for several of the alleged child sex abuse victims, as well as state agents who investigated the sex abuse cases, are expected to be called to testify. In St. Paul, Bernie Grace, News 11.
And a list of witnesses Kathleen Morris may call to the stand was made available today, which includes the names of Attorney General Skip Humphrey and a Scott County Commissioner.
Some of the Minnesota Twins are so happy to see their fans back. They're getting chummy. Pitcher Ron Davis and his cronies from the mound appeared at the Twins ticket booth this afternoon to pass out lemonade, give some autographs, and generally pal it up with the fans. And Twins fans have kept ticket sellers busy all day today. These buyers showed up first thing this morning. Their enthusiasm was fueled by an offer for free admission to future games with ticket stubs from tonight's contest. And the return of baseball brought the California Angels to the Dome for hitting practice this afternoon in preparation for tonight's game, which starts at 7:30.
Still to come, some heated words in Duluth over heat. Kevin McDowell will have details in dollars and cents.
And some more heat is headed our way tomorrow with a thunder shower thrown in for a bonus. Paul Douglas will have the sticky details coming up.
Didn't wanna feel so gray, needed sunshine in my day. Tried new Citrus Hill Select, what a wonderful effect. Cause my day gets going and my juices get flowing. It's got everything you love in the fruit. You take one look, you see it show. You take one sip, you feel that glow. Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing.
What makes new Citrus Hill so select? Because from every orange we select, we take the purest, freshest part, the heart. It's a dose of sunshine that'll get your juices flowing.
Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing. Citrus Hill Select gets your juices flowing.
Come with us to a world of fun and glamour. A world of romance. A world of passion. Come, let us take you to another world. Weekdays on NBC.
5 for under $1. Truck driver. Breakfast fresh and hot. 9 for $5. Egg McMuffin. Operator is calling you. Fresh scrambled eggs under $1 too. Mr. Postman, you like our hotcakes a lot. Or a sausage McMuffin with egg or not.
5 delicious breakfast entrees, each under $1.
It's a good time. 'Cause you work hard for your money. For the great taste of McDonald's.
Around 11 Country tonight, a musical tribute to our beautiful state.
I hear the call of Minnesota ringing loud in my ear. I had another.
They're Mille Lacs resort owners Daryl and Faith Ingsdahl, who entertain their guests with original songs about Minnesota, and they've even put out their own record. In Fergus Falls, a veterinarian is using an experimental super glue instead of stitches to close wounds on the animals he treats. The glue mixes with body fluids for its sticking power and dissolves on its own. And in St. Paul, noontime listeners were treated to Southern sounds from the Port-a-Dixie Jazz Band.
Sounds great. I tell you what was really great is my flowers outside my front door really enjoyed that little rain that they got.
That's right. If you hear some slurping and burping over the next 3 minutes, it's not me, it's the geraniums out there. Big grins on their
It really
petals.
continued for a long time this morning.
It did. The northern suburbs saw as much as an inch of rain today, and we still needed that rain badly. And some definite improvement is on the way this evening, and a nice day on tap for tomorrow. If you're heading out for the boat and beach outlook, well, clouds will be on the increase at 10 and 25,000 feet. There is a pretty good chance of a couple of hours of rain tomorrow afternoon. There could even be some thunder and even some hail and gusty winds as a cold front comes through town. Winds out of the southwest in the morning, shifting around to northwesterly late in the day, 10 to 20. Higher gusts and thunderstorms. Wave heights 1 foot to 1.5 feet. And visibility is generally about 15 miles in haze, maybe dropping to under 5 miles in some heavy showers and thunderstorms. A very fickle weather pattern today. About 10 miles south of the cities, the sun was out most of the day. While over the northern suburbs, it rained and it thundered. And again, rainfall amounts extremely fickle. 1/100th of an inch of rain fell down at the airport where no one lives. As much as 3/4 of an inch of rain graced the northern suburbs, much to the delight of many lawns and flower beds just like ours. Earlier today in the backyard, well, actually last hour, we saw a high of 90 degrees, enough sunshine for a very hot high. 70 was the low this morning, just 1/100th of an inch down at the airport, and sunset this evening at 8:31. Sunny now and 89 degrees, a southerly wind at 24. It's been gusting past 30. The dew point still reasonable, 56. The humidity 33 and the pressure 2981, and it's holding steady. This is Doppler 11. On live radar, you can see some leftover showers from Rochester to Eau Claire, just light to moderate showers, nothing ominous. They're moving east, and there is nothing else showing up on radar yet. It will be drier this evening. We can promise you dry weather up until at least midnight. Late tonight, there is another chance of a shower or a thunderstorm. The view from outer space, this is the cold front that will slash through Minnesota during the afternoon tomorrow, kicking up some big showers and thunderstorms. A few could be heavy to severe. And as we zoom in, you can see for yourself. Across most of Minnesota and the Dakotas, it was a sunny, beautiful day. Just some lingering clouds over extreme east-central Minnesota. All that activity is now sloshing eastbound into Wisconsin. Be glad you didn't grow up in Idaho. Be glad you aren't stranded over the higher elevations of Idaho at this hour. It snowed this morning over the highest peaks of Idaho, temperatures in the low to mid-30s. Some of that cool air is sloshing eastbound, and you will notice a big drop in temperature and humidity over the weekend. Afternoon highs in the hundreds, as close to us as central South Dakota. It won't get that hot here, but we could once again be up in the 90s tomorrow afternoon. And this invasion of heat and humidity from the south could set off some severe thunderstorms, the greatest chance coming west of the Twin Cities, again late tonight. The map tomorrow will show that cold front plowing eastbound. Ahead of the front, a hot, steamy southerly flow. Behind the front, winds will shift around to the northwest. Tomorrow night, skies will clear, and the stage is set for a very nice weekend. But first, we are going to have to dodge some showers and thunderstorms, and again, a few could be memorable tomorrow afternoon. Your 11 outlook calls for clearing skies this evening and then a chance of thunder late, 67. Tomorrow should be partly sunny. The best chance of thunderstorms during the midday and afternoon. A few could be noticeable. And then the 11 outlook for the next couple of days calls for partly sunny skies. Saturday, 78, a big drop in humidity. Sunday will start out sunny, but watch out for afternoon clouds and showers late. A high of 81. More numerous showers Monday with a high of 76 degrees. And speaking of showers, a big shower is on the way for tonight. In fact, the next few nights, but nobody will get wet. And it'll be a spectacular shower at that. Details on that coming up at 10 o'clock. John and Diana.
Sounds like another trivial quiz. I'll be working on that one.
All righty.
Okay,
see you later.
sir. There's a war on in Duluth tonight over energy alternatives. Kevin McDowell has that and more in tonight's Dollars and Cents. Kevin?
That's right, John. The battle is over a television commercial from a Duluth oil company critical of natural gas usage. Susan Wiese reports.
Without the added odor, you could not smell natural gas. If the odor is strong, leave immediately. Do not stop to use the telephone. Above all, don't strike a match or switch on or off any electrical appliance, lights, or even a flashlight.
A major
Last month, Duluth Area Oil Company started running this ad on television. It and others like it on the radio and in local newspapers have led to charges of false advertising from Intercity Gas Corporation. The gas company has filed a $50,000 lawsuit demanding that the ads be stopped.
We view it now as a desperate attempt by some individuals and companies who are unable to compete with us economically or on any other fair basis.
The oil companies say they'll continue the ads, even though the Better Business Bureau has requested that they be discontinued.
We're going to stay by the commercials.
Why?
Because we feel they inform the public of a need that the gas company should be doing, and we're doing it for them.
An August 15th hearing has been set in District Court in Duluth on this legal fight. Susan Wiese, News 11.
Well, the nation's retailers are disappointed again tonight since July sales figures released today show the summer's sluggish sales trends continue. Of the top 4 retailers, 2 show disturbing drops in sales. Sears was down 0.3%, Penney's sales dropped 0.6%. But the Dayton-Hudson Corporation appears to be bucking that trend. July retail sales are reported up more than 21% over the same period last year. And there was a turnaround on Wall Street today. After days of decline, the Dow closed up 4.82 at 1329. Volume total 102,870,000 shares. In notes tonight, the manager of the Negley outdoor advertising firm in North Carolina pleaded guilty today to laundering political contributions through tax fraud. Sentencing is set for Monday. And the Wisconsin Air commuter airline is ranked as one of the busiest in the nation now. The airline, which serves many Midwestern cities, ranks 4th at more than 40 million miles traveled last year.
A lot of miles. Okay, thank you, sir.
Still to come, don't let the muggy weather fool you. It's time to look at fall fashions.
And the Vikings' #1 draft pick is finally in the fold. We'll have that and more up next.
You know, the owners of the Do More 4 think servicing cars and trucks is just as important as selling them. That's why I'm here. The Do More 4 back us service people with ongoing training, great equipment, huge parts inventories, everything we need to do the job right. We get things right the first time, too, because there's a whole lot riding on it. Put your trust where the service is. The Do More 4. Freeway Ford, Prestige Lincoln Mercury, Rosedale Chev, Suburban Chev. Anything one can do, 4 can do better.
If you could smell electricity, it might be easier to understand that electricity doesn't just exist. Like everything else you buy, somebody has to make it. It takes people, machinery, and fuel to bring electricity to your home or business. Electricity. Mother Nature doesn't make it, people do. And if you could smell it, it might be easier to sense its real value in our daily lives.
Energy NSP.
I was having nightmares about my toilet. Was I getting it clean?
Dirty toilet, dirty toilet, dirty toilet.
Now I use SaniFlush. Down deep, I know I need SaniFlush and a brush. Because SaniFlush is one tough, the cleaning power I want.
The cleaning power of SaniFlush comes from its special formulation that fights bowl germs, odors, even rust.
Now that's the clean I want. Goodbye toilet nightmares.
It's tough to beat SaniFlush and a brush. Try the new Easy Pour formula.
Football fanatics have a new high-tech toy tonight. It's a computer that simulates a football game, using up-to-the-minute facts about players and teams to create a realistic computer contest. The new game is on display right now at the Marquette Hotel, and it takes about an hour to play.
Looks like fun.
Yeah, it does. I'd like to see that. And you know, the last couple of days, there's been more sports news, and I don't know. It's really been busy for you.
Yeah, normally this is a nice time, you know,
Yeah.
Vikings starting camp, but you're right, John. The Vikings' #1 draft choice, Chris Dolman, is a happy man today. He's signed, he's in camp with the Minnesota Vikings, and Mike Lynn tells me that center Kirk Loudermilk out of Ohio State and linebacker Tim Meamber of Washington are next on his list. He wants them signed by next week. As for Dolman, well, the big linebacker worked out today for the first time after being whisked here by a private jet. After an agreement was reached, it's a 2-year deal with an option. He has maintained a good attitude throughout negotiations, although there were times he was confused as to why it took so long to make a deal. But his suspense is over. He will try to make the trip to Miami tomorrow with the team, and we will be on that plane. I don't think there's any question about that. The Vikings open season play Saturday in Miami against those Dolphins, and I will be there along with cameraman Rich Nestle. After their unexpected 2-day vacation, it is back to the baseball wars for the Minnesota Twins as they face another challenge from first-place California at the Dome tonight. This will mark Bert Blyleven's return to the Twins at home as he goes against the Angels ace Ron Romanek. The Twins trail California by 14 games. Reliever Ron Davis says the Twins did have their minds on a strike earlier this week.
You're right. It was I think it was on the back of a lot of guys' minds. They were concentrating, more on the strike than on the game, and myself, my mind was more on what issues were going on instead of who was up at the plates.
In baseball today, and hopefully their minds are on baseball, Toronto over Baltimore. That is a final. The White Sox leading Boston. The Yankees lead Cleveland. A lot of doubleheaders tonight. Detroit over Kansas City in the third. And in the National League, Philadelphia defeated Pittsburgh by a score of 7-3 as it's back to baseball. The 67th PGA Golf Tournament is off and running at the Cherry Hills course in Denver, Colorado. And the big story today, you're looking at him, that's Doug Toole, 7 under par, 64, a course record. Corey Pavin is 2 shots behind at 5 under. Many other golfers are still on the course. Today at Canterbury Downs, the Daily Double went this way as we take a look at it now. Numbers 3 and numbers 2 paid $66. And by the way, the pick 6 pool is almost $87,000. We'll actually make that almost $85,000. There is a difference. Almost $85,000. That's still a lot of money. For all of you fishing tomorrow, take note because the best fishing times follow the same pattern as previous days. Fishing tomorrow starts with a good period from 5:30 a.m. until 11 a.m. and then an excellent period from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. The last good period is 7:30 in the evening until 10 o'clock at night. A couple of notes right now. This is a bit of a surprise. 15-year NHL star Darryl Sittler has retired just 16 goals short of 500 career goals. The 34-year-old Sittler was offered a deal at Vancouver, but he turned it down. The North Stars really wanted him a couple of seasons ago. And the Minnesota Junior Light 4 women's crew has won their rowing event at the Canadian Henley competition in Quebec. And the Gopher football season tickets, in case you are keeping count, are up now to 43,778. The all-time record is 44,209. So they are less than 1,000 away from an all-time record.
Lou Holtz is doing his magic again.
The man is a salesman. What he's buying, I will buy. What he sells, I don't care what it is. The man is unbelievable.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Well, if this hot, muggy day finally sent you to the store for shorts, it's likely you were disappointed because the clothing on retail racks now is already aimed at autumn and beyond. Diane Rossi reports.
The dead of winter. It's just around the corner. And if you don't believe it, take a look in the stores. Summer clothes are all on sale.
And if you're anything like me, I just got my spring and summer wardrobe taken care of and the bills paid off. Look at this. Here we go again.
Summer clothes move over. The new fall and winter fashions have hit the floors.
This is the year of everything. For every type of personality, you can find what you want.
It didn't take too long before Jacqueline had convinced me it was time to start looking into winter clothes, even if it was still 82 degrees outside. First, the business look. One-piece dresses in earth tone colors are definitely in. Next, we have the casual look. Big, bulky sweaters with splashes of color. And if we still haven't shown you something you like, how about this outfit? I don't think it's really me, but hey, it's high fashion.
And finally, we have the elegant side of fall and winter. Party dresses with frills and glitter. And if all this isn't enough to convince you that fall and winter are definitely on the way, look at this. What better way to keep warm than a fur? And the stock's in already.
Diane Rossi, News 11 in Minneapolis.
And finally tonight, a salute to those who make up the backbone of WUSA Channel 11. They're employees who've been with us now for 10, 20, and 30 years. And today we honored their contributions to our success with a party. We appreciate everything those fine employees have done for us over the years.
And we really enjoyed working with all of those guys.
Yeah, everyone.
Let's get a weather update.
Okay, a nice evening on tap. Mostly sunny skies over the next couple of hours. A thunderstorm possible late tonight, 70 for a low, and then partly sunny and 91 tomorrow. Some of the storms tomorrow afternoon could be heavy to severe, an update at 10. Tom?
All right, Paul, in sports, what else? It is baseball again. The Twins in California. We will be there at the Dome.
And we're looking for a new leaf for the Twins.
Finish the season in style.
Go.
We'll see you tonight at 10.
Good night.
They need
When we introduced Edie's Grand Ice Cream to the Twin Cities, some extraordinary things happened.
Children laugh.
A meter-maid smiled and gave someone who needed a quarter.
There's a world.
A Belgian nun broke into song in a public square. And generally speaking, it was the happiest the Twin Cities had been in a long time. It takes an awfully good ice cream to do that. But then again, it's not just ice cream. It's Edie's Grand Ice Cream.
On August 31st, Plow, Minnesota will close its books for 1985.
You betcha, Jared. That means we've got to sell overstock inventory.
Save up to 40% on carpet remnants.
Artificial grass at $1.99 is the lowest price in town.
This cut and loop by World is sale priced at 40% off.
Starburst by Coronet is just $8.99.
And save up to 50% on Delmar window blinds.
Save as we clear out our overstock.
Hurry, sale ends August 31st.
Direct from the factory to you.
Tropicana did it.
The taste is closer to the orange than ever before. A new, fresher taste that's closer to the orange. A taste that you'll adore. New, fresher Tropicana taste closer to the orange.
Now 100% pure Tropicana orange juice tastes fresher, even closer to the orange.
They couldn't.
They did.
New, fresher Tropicana taste closer to the orange.
We're Beatrice.
It was 40 years ago that an atomic bomb exploded above Nagasaki, but that city has come back to life. The story tonight from News 11.